How long were you homeless?
Almost 2 years.
Really?
Yes. So I had a house in Grand Rapids. My aunt and uncle had given it to us. I came down with seizures. After having them in 2018, they came back. They got worse. So I was out medically. I was out. I couldn't work. My aunt and uncle decided they wanted to sell the house, so they kicked me and my kids out. We went and bought a camper. So we moved into that, and we were in that for a year and a half. And then my best friend lives here in town, and he said, hey, why don't you come stay at our house? You know, you'll be good. So I moved there, and the kids and I stayed there for almost 4 months. And then I came here one day, and I'm like, look, I really need help. I need to get into a house. Can you guys help me? And I filled out all the paperwork, and they went through everything, and then I got a caseworker who was really awesome, and she helped us out. She said, find a place, and you know, we'll see if we can get it approved, and we've been in our house ever since.
Describe what it's like living in a camper. Like, what's the daily life like when you're living out of a camper?
It's almost like living in a house. Kinda, because you have your shower, you have your sinks, you have your bathrooms, you have your beds. But it's a lot different because you're confined to a small area. It's not like you can just walk around the house and, you know, I can't send my kids to their bedroom because we're all in that one area. It's hard because, you know, people are like, hey, let's go hang out. And you can't just tell somebody, you can sure come on over. You feel ashamed and embarrassed. And that's the biggest thing, is feeling embarrassed was my biggest thing. But you know, having my kids, they're like, Dad, everything's gonna be fine. And you know, we held our faith. You know, I got to a point where I didn't really care in what people said. As long as my kids were happy, it's all that mattered.
What was the hardest part about getting help when you were homeless, living in a quote-unquote rural area?
It's hard to explain that, because I guess going to like TrueNorth and saying I need help, when you've been independent for so long. I mean, I worked a full-time job from the time I was 16 until 3 years ago. I'm very independent. I don't like asking for help if I don't need it. So I guess going to that place saying I need help, that was the biggest thing.
What was it like when you finally got housed?
It kind of a load off my chest. I mean, I prayed every day from the time we started being homeless until we finally got into a place. I prayed to God that please help me. Not so much for myself, but for my kids. You know, it's a miracle when you get the help that you know you didn't want to ask for, but you get the help and everything falls into place. It's almost like it brings tears to your eyes. And to watch my kids run around the house and both of them be excited when they found out they had their own rooms, it kind of did bring tears to my eyes.
What do you wish people understood or knew about what it means to be homeless?
I think if people really understood what it feels like to be homeless, I think people would be more apt to help.
If you could tell people one thing about being homeless, maybe specifically in a rural area, what would it be?
Don't give up hope. That would be my biggest thing. And don't be ashamed. Don't be. And if you need help, find a place to help you.